in the middle, and Cypress once again takes the ball away. We're going to have a spot, just a spot foul, so they're going to drop the ball, put it back in play as the defenders walk up and say, yeah, we'll take care of it for Cypress. And when you watch Moorpark, they try to clear it. Mariska kicks it. Will stay with Moorpark. So it becomes a goal kick for Cypress. Referee changes things up, calls it a goal kick. Junior clears it out. So Junior looks, they wait. They set up deep offensively. This is a thing that's interesting about Cypress. And they're trying to get that foot down where they can get, as Moorpark is getting more and more physical, using the sideline as a trap there, as now Paul Saucedo is in the game for Cypress. Saucedo, Fain, Mariska, he shall throw it in. Moorpark brings it up. Kushal. Quick feet. A little grabbing of the body. They play on. Drop in the middle of the field. This is where the foot race is on. As the ball is just a little long coming out of the goal. And Marcus Ponce could not handle it for Moorpark. Crossing shot, trapped, taken away by Moorpark. No one's there, so let's see how far they bring it up. The defender slows down on that. Ibanez takes his time as he's in for Moorpark now. Oops, that was Cypress, excuse me. Taken away there by Ryan Quinn. Moorpark crossing off two defensemen for Cypress. That close to a goal for Moorpark. Another shot. And Junior just lays out flat. So Junior Rodriguez, 6 feet tall, the freshman out of Buena Park, lays out flat like a sausage and just says, nah, nothing's getting by me today. A 21:03. Cypress is going to keep improving. So is Moorpark every week as you watch them today. Crosses the box. Cypress looks to bring it up, wants to get the turn, can't get the turn. Gonzalez has it at midfield, gives it up, gives it to Ruby, goes back to Gonzalez. Over to Herrera. Quick little drop in the corner. That there is by Caleb Williams. So a little more rhythm as Williams has it. Williams keeps it on his foot. Drop in the box. Junior just lets it go over the top of his head. It's going to go out. It'll be a goal kick for your Cypress Chargers. So we've got two players getting ready to come on the field for Cypress. Monedas goes off the field. Mikey Serrano is on the field now. along with Jesus Sanchez. So a couple new players for Cypress on the field. Moorpark trying to find an opening. Out to the right. Mariska gives it up. Goes back to Fain. Fain sort of centers it. Gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez controls it. Drops in the middle of the field. Maravilla loses it off his foot. And now Cypress turns, trying to get it out. That was Sanchez. Jesus loses it off his foot, but kicked over here on the far side of the field. We get a whistle. Moorpark gets it back. Cypress has the uncanny ability with solid footwork to take the ball away from their opponents. We've seen that today. Wind picking up just a little out here at Ray Haas Field on the campus of Cypress College. We're halfway through the first half. Long kick, clearing it out. Up and out in the middle is what they do, and Cypress will maintain the ball. Well, it looked like they were going to maintain it. Moorpark comes up, takes it over. So Moorpark hanging in there, only down by one. Quick goal to start things off. Cypress looked like they were feeling good about things. Moorpark now. Miguel Galindo from Moorpark was down there. Throw in by Moorpark. Bodies crashing, ball on the ground. Cypress clears it, looks to get somebody crashing on the goal. Bring it back out. And Jeremy Serrano basically playing catch on this side of the field. Saboya goes back deep again. Back over to Serrano. Serrano takes him time, looking for a little help, gets a little help on the play. Serrano being hounded by Williams. Williams comes up again. Williams tries to find that cut. And we're going to get the call in favor of Cypress. They set the ball down, start things off again. Williams comes up. He's been the little power bug there. Serrano takes it out, drops it in the middle of the field. Far shot off the goal, but again, the aggressiveness with 28:52 gone by here in the first half. Your Cypress Chargers 1. The Moorpark Raiders 0 on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. Little hook shot down the sideline. The ball comes out. So we'll try and get everybody that's in for Cypress right now. A few more people leave the field. Ball stays in Moorpark's possession. Big header. Kalen Williams is all over the field from right to left. Cypress brings it back out. They're going to start all over again. Pacheco says, okay, let's do that. Jose takes it back. Nice little drop there to Kevin Ruby. Far side of the field to Andrew Cruz. Moorpark's got it. Back to Cypress. It should be a goal kick for Moorpark. Albert Robles. What, Albert? What do you got? Stuff eating you at the table there or something? Or you just... Oh, okay. All right. Thought maybe Albert, was smelling sweet and, bugs were out here saying, hey, let's feast today on Albert. The voice for ELAC soccer and volleyball. A little water polo. Chavoya takes it to the far side of the field. Jordy Galan handles it over there. He takes it up in the middle. Trapped one more time. Mikey Serrano with a nice run. Drops it off. Now he goes the outside. Serrano's going to try and take it. And a nice sliding tackle to get the ball out. By Kashal for Moorpark. Across the middle. Header off the legs. Cypress thought, hey, nobody's paying attention to us. We're going to sneak one in with 32:22 to go. Take that all the way back to Junior Rodriguez. Junior takes it up the middle of the field. Cypress can't clear it. They regain control. Moorpark just doing enough on the defensive side only to be down by one. Revamping. Gonzalez takes it to the far side. Kashal has it himself. Goes back to Herrera. Diego Herrera weaves in and out. Tries to keep it again. Loses the ball. And we're going to get a whistle. And it really was incidental contact. Diego went down. When he went down, accidentally got a cleat on the shin from Cypress. Everybody's in the grandstands today. On my left the other day in the women's game, they were all sitting around all of us over here. So they pull it back out. Cypress is going to restart. They are a right-handed team because you will find players open here on the left. And when I say right-handed, just to put it there, or right-legged, they feel comfortable on this side, that side of the field. They're moving from right to left on your soccer screen. And yeah, that's what it is. It's a soccer screen. It's not a computer screen. It's a soccer screen. You're watching soccer. Or football. Corner kick. First for Cypress in the game. Left-footed. Going down. Nice little play there by Fain to get the ball out. Moorpark trying to use speed to counter. Defense going step for step once again. Taken by Caleb Williams. Looking for the far side of the field. And it gets cleared out. Nice follow-up, though, by Herrera. Herrera now drops it off. And that's taken away. 2-on-1 break by Cypress. Kick just off. On a beautiful break by Cypress. .36-minute in the first half. So Moorpark is going to change out. Looking to get more players involved. Jose Rubio, big freshman now in the game for Moorpark. Cypress is going to counter with a couple substitutions. And as you can tell, you watch the defense by Cypress. They man up really quick. That's the thing that's really pretty about watching this Cypress team play. Is they man up, they slow it down, take it back through the middle. Now looking to take it to the outside. Breaking and getting the ball was Mario Torres Marisca. Cypress keeps it on the offensive zone. Banyas goes across the middle. Little body, little physical, no whistle by the official. Again, ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for your Chargers. They turn. They want to get that second goal here in the last 8 minutes of this first half. Get their first one just around 9-minute mark in the first half. They'd like to find that one here. Offsides, and we could see it from here at our table, that Maravilla was about 2 feet, 2 steps in front of the defender, putting him offsides on the play. When you're an all white, 6 feet tall, about 180 pounds, they're going to see you. Ball goes out. The young man we were just talking about, Maravilla, comes off the field. Tyler Sky comes on the field from Moorpark. And then Cruz comes off the field from Moorpark. And back on the field is Miguel Galindo. So the Raiders get those 2 substitutions. Chargers have a break. The middle of the field. Moorpark takes it. Defenders come back. Going to take it to Junior. Junior's just going to drop it off his foot. Takes it up and out. Trapped pretty there by Kashaw. Herrera goes back to his own goal. Nice juggling act. Balanced off the body, then off the head on a nice play by Mikey Serrano. Serrano looking for help. Gives it to Chaboya. Little tackle in the middle of the field. Referee lets the play go on. Little heel pass, not enough by Moorpark. Junior's going to watch it just sort of trickle out. Junior says, I've got it. As he picks it up. The 40-minute mark in this first half. It's Cypress 1, Moorpark 0 here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live. And as much as you can look at a 1-4-1 record for your Cypress Chargers, this does not look like a 1-4-1 soccer team. There's no doubt about it. Playing good. Heel dropped off. And Junior just is in the right place again, playing an excellent game today after a couple miscues by the defense. So Moorpark thought they had an opportunity, but the goalie steps up. Nice shot, just a little drop shot down the middle. Header to keep it in possession right there by Mariska for Moorpark. 1-0 Cypress. Got on the board the first 9 minutes of the game. Moorpark close on a couple miscues by the defense. Cypress, yet they turn. They counter so well. And they know how to hold on to the ball. They dribble well. They've got great eyesight. They help each other out. They use the entire field. And they've had Moorpark playing well against them, but they've just been a little quicker today. A lot of the play has been in the offensive zone for the Chargers. And the Chargers took advantage of that early in this game. Moorpark once again counters, trying to find something that'll give them a little heads up. They go back to the middle. Ball is just taken out. One of the things you do defensively, not quite sure what to do with it, you go up and out defensively. Always up and out, away from your own goal. Hopefully you can get it up the field, but if not, your best friend is the sidelines. So we're at extra time now here in the first half. Junior just pulls it in one more time, and Junior Rodriguez is playing excellent in the box today for your Cypress Chargers. It's a team that last year made the playoffs, and on a heartbreaking goal in the second overtime, or they would have continued to play. And it was one of those ones that just found a way to get in when you really thought that Cypress had momentum. And it was a game where Cypress had the momentum against Cuyamaca. And, you know, it's one of those things where, especially in soccer, when that happens, we've got a lot of wind going out here. It would feel like this was the wind coming out of the balloon in that double overtime game. Men and women, both in the playoffs last year for Cypress in soccer. Mikey Serrano trying to get down. Gets a little push. And they're going to say, that goes to Moorpark. Trapped right there. We get a push. That's going to go to Cypress. Shapiki looking good out here for Cypress. He's had an excellent first half for your Chargers. Goes to Serrano. Serrano takes it back to him. Cotton picked off right in the middle. That was Caleb Williams. Williams turns, tries to hold on to it. Can't save it. And that ball will belong to Cypress. Goes back to Serrano. Serrano flips it in. He's going to try and go up for it himself. He does. Catches it. And so that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. As we come to the end of the first half, it's your Cypress Chargers 1, the Moorpark Raiders 0, here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. Don't forget, Friday night, a little volleyball on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Nalen calling a little volleyball for Cypress this coming Friday on Sportsnet, USA.net, Chargers Live. So make sure you tune into that this coming Friday night. And then Saturday, little Fullerton College football on Sportsnet USA.net. There'll be 2 volleyball games on Sportsnet Friday night. East LA and, do you know who they're playing? Albert? Albert will be calling the game for East LA on Sportsnet USA.net. So a lot of sports this weekend, a couple volleyball games and football. Fullerton won last weekend over East LA. Speaking of East LA, 50-0. So East LA will be playing LA Harbor this coming Friday night here on Sportsnet USA.net. Albert Robles will be doing a little bit of everything. Well, maybe everything by himself. He'll be Superman on Friday night. Corey Nalen, I'll probably be on the phone going, hey, Albert, we might give him credit during our game too on Sportsnet USA.net. Right now, the credit goes to Cypress, who's up 1-0 over the Moorpark Raiders. Cypress this season 1-4-1. When you look at the game, they tied San Bernardino on August 25th. They lost to Citrus on the 1st of September 5-1. They lost to Long Beach 3-1. They lost to Compton 3-1 along the way. So some of the things that you look at. Shooting percentage is about 175. They get about 6, maybe almost 7 shots per game on goal. So far they've had 22 corner kicks and 1 penalty kick this season. So that's been it so far for them along the way. I told you how they lost to Compton 3-1. Then El Camino beat them 11-1. The Warriors just took them to the wall and said thank you. They turned things around, though, and won with a shutout against East LA. So they beat ELAC on the pitch, and now they're winning today against Moorpark. So that's all you need is a little breathing room in any game or sport. Get that victory, and then you follow it up with another one, and then you're off and running. That's what they did last year when you talk about this men's team. They got very, very hot, and they took that warmth into the playoffs. And when they did, you thought they had a great opportunity to keep on moving. It was just a game that sort of, got away from them. So we'll see if they can continue to do the same thing they did last year. Of course, with Moorpark, well, this season, they won their first game against Victor Valley 3-1. Then they lost L.A. Pierce 3-2. El Camino beat them 9-1. Compton beat them 2-0. And then on the 15th, They lost to Antelope Valley. So they are now 1-6 in 7 games. They're averaging just a little below 1 per goals per game. 0.86 is what they're at. Their shot percentage is far below. It's under 100%. They get about 8 shots per game. And, of course, on the other flip side for them, they usually have an average of about 3.8 goals per game against them. Jordan Ramirez, who's in the goal tonight, has a goal against of 2.50. So not too bad. Billy Perez, who's tried, he's been out there for a couple times. When he has played, his goals against is 5.33. So he's out there. So it's Ramirez or Perez, but it's that thing that they have sort of fought with, not being able to get what they need goal-wise when you look at what's going on. Jake Gwynn is the Moorpark's soccer head coach. Gwynn was a high school math, physical education teacher, taught in the LA Unified District for almost 20 years. And Gwynn coached in club soccer for 10 years. Played at all levels, high school, club, college, indoor, outdoor, even a little professional soccer along the way. And when you look at this, see, he's in his 6th season. His record right now in 6 years is 20 wins, 61 losses, and 18 ties. So he started in 2017. And like he said, this season it seems like this is their best year for having a soccer team. Right now, when you look at the rankings, Oxnard is number 1 in the state of California, Fullerton number 2. Fresno City and Norco are tied at 3. San Bernardino Valley is at 5. El Camino at 6. Merced is tied with Mount Sac. Glendale. I thought Mount Sac was above them, but Glendale at 7. Mount Sac is 9th. Evergreen Valley, like I said, Ed, where is Evergreen Valley? He said up north, so we'll just leave it like that, is 10. Taft, College of the Desert, Santa Rosa, Skyline are all tied at 11th. Mission, LA Mission is 15th. Folsom Lake, De Anza, people say it 2 different ways, are tied for 16th. COC, College of the Canyons, 18th. Long Beach City, 19th. And the team that beat your Cypress Chargers here in the playoffs in double overtime last year, sitting at number 20. So those are the early rankings. The only surprise for me, and when you look at everything, is Mount Sac. Mount Sac is 1-4 the last time they did the rankings. But they're sitting at number 9 along the way with a 1-4. 1 win, 1 loss, 4 ties. And they've got them in the middle of the pack and in the top 10. Little unusual. I don't know. I think I might have looked at teams. I know it. RPI has a lot to do with soccer. We heard about that last year, how teams made it into the playoffs because of RPI. Sometimes there were teams that would cancel, call in sick. Heard that from the soccer coaches on the men's and women's side last year here at Cypress, that there were teams that would just not play somebody because it knew it would drop their RPI. If it dropped their RPI, they wouldn't get into the playoffs. RPI for a lot of us at sportsnetusa.net is a dirty word. We love softball. Brad Pickler, we've called his games for years. We know that softball is a huge game that deals with RPI. You get rewarded for who you lose to. So if I'm playing a number 1 team and they beat me, and I play a number 2 team and they beat me, and I play a number 3 team and they beat me, and Albert Robles plays 21, 22, and 23, but he wins, well, my competition was more difficult, so RPI-wise, I'm better than Albert because of competition. And especially if those people that I lost to are playing 4, 5, and 6, and the people that Albert beat are playing 30, 35, 42, again, I get favored for not winning. I know the soccer coaches didn't like it last year. A lot of them said they should look at it again. I know the softball coaches give and take on RPI. I know that Ed Ford is not a big fan of RPI. Corey Nalen has looked at RPI, understands it, but I'm not sure Corey is a huge fan of RPI. Ryan Osborne, who has done games with us in the past, has been the voice of Cal State University Fullerton soccer and softball. He doesn't like it. So we'll see what happens this year when we get closer to the playoffs, how that sort of raises its ugly little head and see how it affects everybody when it comes to see who sits where when it's playoff time here on SportsNetUSA.net and Charger Live. Look at all the products from the Chargers this year. A lot of local talent. Buena Park, El Dorado, Tustin, Savannah, Catella High School, La Habra, Villa Park, Sunny Hills, Warren, Cypress, Loera, Kennedy, Western, Fullerton Union, Brea Olinda, California, La Mirada, Valencia, and Placentia. There is one high school that stands out, though. And I'm probably going to get it wrong. Lycetti from Rapallo, Italy. Now, there you go. That is a drive to school every day. Can you imagine that drive to school? Albert Robles? Take the boat, take the plane, jump in a car, and make it here in time for soccer. So we get ready for the second half. Your Cypress Chargers, the men, are up by 1. Over Moorpark Raiders here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. I like the fact that all the coaches show up at all these games. So we start off the second half. The Chargers moving from left to right on your computer screen or your soccer screen, like I like to call it, dressed in blue with gold numbers. Moorpark in white. In Moorpark, the team in white right now is trailing 1-0 in this game. As Angel Cristobal was the one that scored a goal and gave you that 1-0 lead with 9:31 gone in the first half. That's been it so far in this game. Cypress 1, Moorpark 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. Friday night, volleyball. Cypress, and then East LA, or East LA, then Cypress, depending on where you're an alumni at. So we're going to stop the play. So the play continued. The parents wanted a penalty called in the box. The referee had already called a foul about 10 yards outside the box as they continued to play. So there's a foul. We'll mark off. Move the players from Moorpark. They will be, after the walk-off by the referee, they will be right at the edge of the box where they will form their wall. Up over the top. So Monjada's just over the top. Alex put a lot of foot into that one. Diego Herrera picks it up. He'll throw it in the far side of the field. Trying to pull it down was Galindo. Galindo couldn't do it. Junior traps out with his foot. Clears it out away from anybody from Moorpark. Cypress catches a nice little back heel pass from Cypress. Header taken right there by Diego Herrera. Picked up by Cruz. Cruz can't do anything. Cypress comes away with it. Clears it to the center of the field. Look at the counter. Had a player in the mix. So I have a whistle. So if a player down on the far side of the field. Looks like they're trying to work out a cramp. So they start things off. Again for Cypress. Looking for that second goal. Drive off a body in the box. Again, they bring it up, pull it back out. This is the one thing you love watching about this team is they will restart. They have no problem in resetting. Go down the box. It should be a corner in favor of Cypress. So Cypress up 1-0. 49 minutes gone by in this game. First goal was 40 minutes ago. It's a race straight down the field. Taken there by Galindo. Galindo's getting bumped off the ball. Galindo will stick with it. Galindo's got the captain's armband on for Moorpark. So Fernandez is going to throw it in. Fernandez flips it in. Tries to follow in his own pass. Galindo had a foot on it, loses it. Ball on the ground. Cypress comes away with it. Tries to put a lead pass out there, countering quick. 3 defenders back. Staying on side. Here comes a drive. Can they get it? It's loose. It hits one of the players from Moorpark. And I tell you, being in the right place at the right time. And that was Langoran, who was standing on the edge of the goal. It gets away from the goalie. Langoran gets hit with it. It deflects. And if he's not there, Cypress is up 2-0. It's on almost. The goalie is down. Ramirez is down from Moorpark. We'll see if we're going to get substitution. I don't know if he caught the ball initially in the face. But Ramirez went down, blocked it, it deflected, Then Ramirez was completely out of position for Moorpark. And that's when you hope you have a partner's in the right place at the right time. That's what happened for Moorpark. So when it did, it must have when he went down and made the initial block, hit him in the face, trying to make sure everything. I like the fact the trainers out there, the athletic trainers out with him, taking a look, having him look in a distance to see if his vision's okay. So we have a corner from our side of the field. Mojadas puts it on the field. Tracked down by Cypress. Will stay with Cypress. That close to being a 2-0 game. Sometimes in this game of soccer or football, depending on what you call it, there are a lot of almost. Just almost. Beautiful footwork on the offensive end for Cypress. The passing has been magnificent from them so far in this game. Moorpark looking to do something. And the defenders and the midfielders for Cypress just have the incredible way of stealing the ball, holding onto it with their own feet, then taking it away in the box, trying to clear it as Moorpark. People are down, and they're going to call it against Cypress. Boy, that's so tough when a player goes down the box to make sure that they don't touch the ball inadvertently with their hands. With 5:41 gone now here in the game. 54-41 gone here now in the game. 1-0. It's been close. You look at Junior Rodriguez for Cypress has made some excellent saves, kept them in the game, hasn't allowed Moorpark to get even, letting Moorpark feel like they're back in the game. He has played well in goalie today for your Cypress Chargers. This is the thing you like about Cypress. They'll come back and help each other. They don't take off running and leave a partner out there, as we've got it offsides against Cypress. They have the tendency to come back and help. So when we talk about the game of football, that would be like a wide receiver coming back and helping out a quarterback. And in this case, you do have that quarterback bringing the ball down in the game of soccer. Player goes down, drugged down from behind, so ball will stay with Cypress. They start off quickly. Watch the spread on the field right now. In the middle. Backside! Oh, just missed on the outside of the net. Backside of the goal, perfect, across the box, and just there, Jose Rubio goes up for a header, doesn't get it in, just a little too far out, and he hits the backside of the net. Rubio had an opportunity. Tyler Sky back in the game for Moorpark, along with Caleb Williams in the game now for Moorpark. Cross the middle, headed out. Nice trap off the chest. Floater, here it comes. Tried to get it down with that front foot and control it. Just a little too much to handle for Cypress. If you're a Cypress fan, this is just looking for a victory after you've already had one. The way they're playing now reminds you of last year. And if you're the coaching staff and everything, we got to be hired. You know what? That was just a hug around the waist, side sliding somebody, and they go, well, I know you can't do that, but, mild compared to what you could do in the game of soccer. Moorpark spent a lot of time defending against Cypress. Not much time being on the attack in the second half. Cypress trying to counter again. They do. Everybody stays on side. Cypress makes a charge. Holds on to it. Keeps it in. And it just rolls out at the very end. So it'll be a goal kick for Moorpark. 59 minutes played in this game. It's Cypress 1, Moorpark 0. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. A little conversation with the benches. And maybe something might have been said when the referee was going down the field and just had a slight conversation with everybody. Because he stopped and quickly had a conversation with the bench, and then we started play again. Play on after Cypress is taken down from behind. Everybody stays together. Little dancing going on. Footwork. Takes it back. They look to clear things up. Taronis takes it back, and we get player down for Moorpark. And I was watching the action, so I didn't see how he got taken down. As we have a little stoppage time. So Cypress scored quickly in this game. Angel Cristobal, the forward, 5'5" out of Buena Park High School, scored in the first 9 minutes and 31 seconds and came in. That put them up 1-0, and that's where we stand right now with a little stoppage play going on here because there's a player from Moorpark down on the field. Don't forget, volleyball, East LA, Albert Robles. Cypress College, Corey Nalen, both Friday night here on SportsNetUSA.net. Choose your team, your poison, your game, or flip back and forth. Get a little of A, get a little of B, see what's going on there. Then Casey Mazzota comes into town on Saturday, brings his team with him. Fullerton College coming off a 50-0 victory, ranked 5th in the state of California. So they'll probably stay at number 5 because everybody above them won, so they shouldn't go up in the rankings. That game will be at 12 o'clock Saturday at Sherbeck Field. And if you can't make it, make sure you tune into it on Sportsnet, USA.net. Right and left, sports all around here on Sportsnet, USA.net. You can always go to the homepage and check to see if one of your favorite teams in community college sports will be on SportsNetUSA.net. Be it in the OEC or the SCFA. You can check it out, see who's there, who may be playing. Might call up, see if your team's there. You might all of a sudden realize they're going to be an opponent of one of the standard teams that are there. Missed on a header down there. Once again, Cypress comes up quickly to make the save on that. Just a little more accurate, a little quicker as Guerrera gets it. Rizzico fights for it. Can't hold on to it. David's trying to control it. Doesn't. That goes over to Andrew Cruz. Andrew Cruz takes it to the midfield, drops it off in Caleb Williams' way. Caleb drops it off to Saucedo. Saucedo takes it to the far side of the field for Moorpark. So they're going to say it came off. Okay, they're going to stop it right there. It will go to Moorpark. Junior's directing traffic in the goal for Cypress. Trying to get his players out of the way. Looking to man up. Junior's going to hold on to the post. In the middle, headed out. Moorpark looks for it, turns. Big foot. Cleared out by Cypress on a nice play. Handled there. Belenguren, he gets it out. Jasper Bagley now in the game for Moorpark. So Bagley high up on the right side, can't get the ball to him. Cypress. Take it back to Junior Rodriguez. Junior just flips it out. Confident in the goal today. Picked up there by Fain. Fain has it taken off his foot. Cypress counters. Once again, far side of the field, trying to bring it into the box. Left foot couldn't get the air on it. It's lost right there, swept out. And if he could have gotten a little air on it, running with a partner down the field, Cypress would have had a 2-on-3 break, but they'd have had the momentum in their favor. Couldn't get it up in the air and get it to Angel Lavea. It's Leva. Where to go, Mark? Well, if I get 3 tries at a name, I'll get it right eventually. Right, Albert? Albert gives it to me on that one. Says, okay, Mark. 1 out of 3 is not bad. If I did that in a soccer game, I'd be a superstar. So another player from Moorpark goes down. This is the 3rd one. And he comes up a little hobbled. So Moorpark has had players go down more than once. Cypress a little surprised where the ball started. Goes out. Stays with Cypress. Cypress turns, puts it on the far side of the field. Little footwork. Once again, this is where you want to get it in the air if you can. Sort of help people out. And it's your line judge. And it should be a corner for Cypress. As we sit here at the 70-minute mark in this game. 1-0. Cypress looking for that comfortable 2-0 lead. Bending in. Kicked out right there. Goalie goes down. We're going to have a conversation, yellow card. And I think they're going to say that the goalie got taken out on the play, and that's why the yellow card. Nobody, the players are looking around going, why am I getting a yellow card? And it looked like that's the reason behind it. As David Rizico looks around and says, I don't really understand why. I didn't think he took out the goalie. But that's why they're informing him that he was given a yellow card. So, first yellow card of the game. Moorpark looks to get out. Hopes to start running. And you immediately see the defense get back and they man up on any open player for Cypress. So as a Cypress fan, you have to be elated the way the defense is playing today in this game against Moorpark. Once again, they take the ball away from the Raiders. Go down. It's a foot race against two defenders. Rizico just got that yellow card. He's going to throw it in. David. Now, see if he drops it off. And they do this every once in a while. You see somebody pick up the ball, they'll drop it off for somebody who's got a better ability to get the ball down the field. Punch back to Cypress. They're going to call offsides against your Chargers. 71 minutes played. It's the Chargers 1, the Raiders 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. John, Ed, Albert, the old guy, out here at Ray Haas Field, Cypress College. Looking for Cruz in the corner for the Raiders, can't get it to him. So the ball will roll out. Substitutions. So Junior Rodriguez just starts it off for the long length of the field, knowing that his team has the capability of dribbling the ball, handling the ball, trapping the ball the way they do. Very confident with everybody he plays with. Once again, ball in favor of Cypress. Going to snail their way up the field. Ball goes out, stays with Cypress. So Moorpark needs to find something. Nice header. Nice catch off the foot by Cypress. Looks like it's going to get away. Tell you what, the ball skills this team has or shown today is just, you'd look at the record and say 1-4-1, how's that happening? They've been able to do almost everything on the field that you would ask of a team. Once again, there's an example of it. Looking for the ball, right place in the right time, trapping that ball, controlling the ball so that your opponent doesn't get a leg up on you. And again, get the header and you do the same thing. Bagley drops it off, gives it to Cruz. Cruz puts it in the middle. Fain. "74 minutes gone by, 1-0. Boy, it seems like a long time ago when we saw that last goal. And yet it's been an exciting game here on SportsNetUSA.net. This match has been one of those ones that, you know, both teams, as of right now, can feel good with the way they have played. Nice little block in the middle of the field. You'd like to see that if you were running a football yourself. And this is the thing. In the game of soccer, as you drop it out there, you can't ever just take anything for granted. You saw that by Moorpark. Left-handed, off. Nobody there to get the ball when it's not controlled. And you've seen more than once when the ball is shot on goal against Moorpark, the goalie hasn't necessarily controlled the ball. One to nothing. Cypress looking for back-to-back wins off the hip of Moorpark. Take a little time to tie a shoe. Abraham looks over, says, "Oh, wait a minute. We have more people coming in." So Jesus Sanchez is back in the game. Cesar Flores is back in the game for Cypress. So Sanchez and Flores back in the game for your Chargers in blue and gold. Foot race coming in this direction. Going to get out. It's going to stay with. And they're going to say, with Cypress. Headed out, stays with Cypress. So Andrew Cruz heads it out. Cypress will continue to stay with it. Shot from across the field. And And if you're the staff for Cypress, you have to be elated with the way this team is played. Defense is smothering. The offense is consistent. The play is smooth, which is what you want. And they have found their fellow players when they are open. They've gone to them when they're in trouble. And when Moorpark has a miscue, Cypress ends up with the ball. Substitutions again. Tyler Sky goes out for Moorpark. Miguel Galindo comes in for the Raiders. So Galindo in. Galindo tries to make a move, has it kicked out. This is, if you're Cypress now, this is when you really do tighten the game up. Because we saw it last year in the playoffs. They were tied. It goes into double overtime. They relax for a second. And then what happened? They end up losing a playoff game. Game like this, people will say, Mark, it's not playoff time. They won their last game, and the coach is looking for them to build momentum. Two in a row, that's the mo. They want the mo. And the way they played today, if they can take it two in a row, it does nothing but add confidence to a very good soccer program here at Cypress College. It's a team that keeps going. They lost 3 of their star players earlier this year from injuries. And so they have had young men fill in for those that should be out here. Shot across the box. Trying to go back, run a little weave, high and low. Once again, they'll take it back in the middle, trying to find an opening. They lose it right there, going down deep, off the head. Kellen Williams clears it. Heel pass, backwards, trying to maintain it. They're both pulling on each other. Let's see what the official says. They both were grabbing down there. That's one of those plays that you want to say to the referee, let him play on. Albert grabs, I grab, Albert grabs me back, let him play on. Roughly 10 minutes left in this game. This match has been exciting between these two teams. And if you're Moorpark, you have to be happy about the way you're playing against a very good Cypress College team. Moorpark 1-6 coming into this game. And I'm sure people might have looked at it and said, 1-6, 4-1, hey, a playoff team in Cypress? Moorpark has played excellent soccer today. The Raiders have looked good. And we've already heard from the coaching staff from Moorpark, one of the better teams they've had in a long time in this men's program. Cypress, no time to relax. Take it to the end, which is what they want. You can hear Moorpark yelling right in the middle. Ball taken away. Good defensive play. As it looked like Moorpark had the opportunity to turn on the goal. Bagley was right in front. Has the ball taken away, and Bagley just says, I had a chance. Saucedo has it come off his foot for Moorpark. Stays with them. Galindo, the captain, gives it up goes down. Well, everybody stopped because they thought there might be a whistle on the play. And the referee said, play on. Cypress had the break. They still do in the middle of the field. Trying to cut it. Cuts it across. Stop. Kicked out. And a shot across the box. And you just need to get a fingertip on it, which they do. And then it's cleared out by the Raiders. Substitutions wanting to come in. The referee says you need to come in from the right side. Monjedas comes out for Cypress after he just hit a beautiful shot crossing the block. Angel Leyva replaces him. Raiders trying to get it away. About 7 minutes to go. Up by 1. Moorpark needs to find that aggression. Down the middle of the field. Off a shoulder. Ball goes out. And so the referee says it stays with the Raiders. No, it doesn't. Okay. It goes to Cypress. The way he was pointing for a second, I thought, wait a minute, you got the wrong direction. Raiders come away with it. Clear it out. Watch here as they find each other for Cypress to be in the attack one more time. There's no real counter by Moorpark. They're trying to get it going now. 2 and 3 deep defensively. Then on the backside of the goal, you have another defender that clears it out for your Chargers. Player gets kicked in the back of the leg by Cypress, so we're going to have a player down. That's what happens. That's why he's down on the far side of the field. Ball's missed, kicked in the back of the calf. Gets up limping. You know, some of us, when you get to be my age, Albert, that's how you wake up every morning. Like somebody kicked you in the back of the calf. Cypress needs one more break, one more goal at the 86-minute mark. It's Cypress 1, Moorpark 0. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. Men's soccer, the OEC, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. The Orange Empire Conference. Conference that most people will say in a variety of sports is the toughest, toughest conference in the nation. Ed Ford making a save as the win picks up for Mr. Pavlovich. Thank you, Ed. I thought for a second I was going to have to run on the field. Albert was going to get to see me limp like I'd been kicked in the calf. Moorpark trying to get encouragement from the bench, realizing time is running out on him. Deep kick. Going downfield. Beautiful recovery by Cypress. Taken away by Moorpark. Moorpark now is going to bring everybody up. Let's see if they cross everybody, across the midfield line. This stage of the game, you probably should. One more attacker, give or take's not going to hurt if you're Moorpark. Ortiz stays back. He's the lone defender. Ball gets taken away. 2-on-1 on the break. Dropping it back and forth. Should be a pitch shot over the bar on a 2-on-1 break. And David Rescos just says, oh, my goodness. They were playing nothing more than keep away. And it was that easy little 90-degree wedge into the hole. And boy, that's the way for two players to play with each other down the field. They had the break, one defender back deep. Played left, right, left, right, left, right of the field. Wide open shot. Once again, just get a little too anxious. Stays with Moorpark. Clock is ticking. Try to bring it back. Defender goes back, stays with the ball. Front the offensive player to make sure goalie comes out. So Ramirez comes out all the ways across midfield. So this is almost like pulling a goalie in a hockey game. He'll be the lone defender so they can throw in another attacker across the middle of the box. Clear it out. Long shot. Headshot just past the goal. And it was looking there like for a second. We saw it last year. It was going to happen again. That last second shot by an opponent would tie the game up. Just off the goal by Moorpark. And you can see the dejection by all the players. As Maravilla just misses that one. Traps it again up high. He had the goal right there. 2 goals were there for 2 teams in the last 2 minutes. Nice slide tackle to take it away by Cypress. Clear it down. Want to get it down. If you can get it back. Referee looks at their watch. Time working against you. Moorpark's last charge. We'll see if they can get anything here. Cypress holding on to the middle. Don't want to give up anybody. Keep the ball to the outside if they can. They force Moorpark to retreat and go to the outside. Cypress turns, stays with it, lets it go out, comes back in the middle, and Junior just takes it off, says, hey, you know what? Go up the field. Let's just wind a little time. Ball goes out, off of the Raiders, stays with Cypress. 1-0. 2 goals just missed in the last 5 minutes of this half. 1 for Cypress, 1 for Moorpark. Depending on who you love, it could have swung the game in your favor. Chargers looking to win back-to-back games and get the momentum going. Feeling good about themselves. Playoff team from last year. Looking to repeat this year. And Moorpark, with their coaching staff, saying the best team we've had in a long time. Looking to find that touch on the soccer field. Perfection on the pitch is what they want. You can hear the coaches telling the players to get back. Cypress drops back quickly on defense. Referee says play on. We've gone a few extra minutes already. Fans for Cypress are saying, hey, look at your watch. Nobody realizes the battery just died. In his watch, that was it. He was holding it up. He said, wait a minute, I forgot to wind it. Moorpark, probably their last effort here at Ray Haas Field. Cypress up by 1. Trying to control him. Moorpark again. Trying to find space. The defense of this Charger team has been spectacular, to say the least. One last gas down the middle. Ball comes in our direction. Trying to see where it's at. Trapped right there. Knocked out. Stays with Moorpark. The Raiders going up the field. Well, grab an extra 10 yards before the throw-in. Why not? And that's going to be it. As your Chargers play outrageous defense and get that goal early in this game by Angel Cristobal. So the Chargers come away with a big 1-0 victory over the Moorpark Raiders. Don't forget, later on this week, East LA Volleyball on SportsNetUSA.net. Cypress Volleyball on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live. And for today, the men come away with a victory in soccer against Moorpark, 1-0 here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live.